Thank you for joining us on another episode, if you will, but another chat. We have our Strut to Strut wife chat, and today we have the pleasure of having our second person, woo, Miss Haiti Evans. And so,
hi, I'm Haiti. Haiti Evans, like Shay was saying. Been married for 21 years.
Jesus.
Have 2 children. Two, and that's it. No more. I don't know. What do you want to know? Let's talk.
Let's really talk. Because one of the great things about Haiti is, as much as we've interacted and how we came to be friends is just a whole story in of itself. Actually, I was about to get married, and she was hearing everything that happens right before that. And been like, girl, you're going to be fine. It's been 17 years. You're fine.
Yeah, you're going to be just fine, girl.
Yeah. And then this just turned into, and over the hours she was doing my lashes. Thank you for all of that, always.
You're welcome. And then she was stuck with me forever.
Forever.
She didn't know she was marrying me, too.
No. So every time I have an anniversary, I'm like, so friend, we're at this many years. And so the cool thing is that when my eyes are closed, I can be myself, and I don't have to see if she's judging me. And I ask her a ton of questions about a bunch of random things, and I'm like, ooh, if that was TMI, well, I couldn't see her face. So it doesn't even matter.
I don't see her expressions.
Right.
Making.
I can't blink. Eyes are closed. So, I always want to know how people met. And so, how did y'all meet? What's your story?
Okay, so we have been married for 21 years, but this is how it happened. And don't be surprised. This was back in
1997.
So we met on a December 14th, exactly.
She remembers the date. I don't know if
I remember the dates, and he does too.
That's right.
That's good. So we met at a club. I know, a club, really. It wasn't at a grocery store. It wasn't at church. Sorry. It was at a club, but we were both working. Okay, so I was there for work, and he was there working. So walked in, and I'm going to go into detail because it's kind of a little funny.
I haven't heard this either, so I'm excited.
So I walk in, you got to give your ID, and of course I'm under 21. He has to take my ID, fine. My group goes in, we all go in, we're prepared. I'm there actually we're a group of people to model, our clothing line for the store that I'm working for. Okay. So, whatever, I walk in, we're in there, we're working, we're doing the runway, all the girls are in and out, I see him looking at me and I'm looking at him, right? Throughout that going on, he asks for my number. And I'm like, no. You work at a club. I am not going to give you my number. You probably have how many by now?
Right.
So I did not give him my number. So that was it. He continued looking at me. He continued, kind of talking to me. We're just kind of working, doing my thing, and I went up there, and my last, I guess, runway was I was in a bikini. So I think that's what just did it for him, right? That was it. So I left the club, wasn't even thinking giving him my number, but I did forget my ID. How convenient.
Mm-hmm. Real convenient.
Very conveniently, I had to ask the group of people, oh, well, we need to turn around, I need to get my ID, right? So when I came back, he asked for my number again. He was at the door this time, because when I left, he wasn't. So when I came back, he was at the door. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, my ID. And he's like, oh, well, are you going to give him my number? And I still kind of didn't want to give him my number. Back then, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of that. Maybe pagers. So I asked him for his number. So that was my way of knowing if he was just going to give me a pager, if he's going to actually give me his home phone number.
Mm-hmm. Quick switcheroo.
Right. So he gave me his home phone number. So I'm like, okay. So then I give him my number. So after that, we started going out and things of that sort. And 2 months later, we got married.
We got engaged 2 months later, married. Deal.
We did not get engaged. Married 2 months later.
That's impressive. And 21 years later.
And 21 years later, here we are.
You know, I think it's really funny because a lot of relationships that I've heard that have lasted the longest time didn't take all this time to know. How'd you know?
I think you just have, that feeling, And when I met him, I just felt this sense of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I felt safe with him when we were kind of like going out for those 2 months before we got married.
Right.
It was there. It was a connection.
Yeah.
Right away that you feel. So you automatically just know that he is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here we are.
And still making it work, right? We're in a culture now where people are like, well, if it doesn't work, then we'll just get divorced.
Right.
And you're
we'll
like,
quit.
no, 2 months in, we said I do, we did, we doing.
And we're still doing it.
That's right. There are no options here. We're doing it.
We're still doing it.
Yes. That's awesome. Well, I always like to find out how people meet because it says a lot about how you start your relationship, and clearly it's lasting and something's working right? And that's what I'm trying to figure out in life. Like, come from divorce, how do we make this thing last? Not just to say that that's what we want to do, but like do it. And, kind of what's with that.
I have learned one thing, and not too long ago I said, well, everybody's got to give 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, no. I think each one of you have to give 100 and 100
right
to the relationship. So it's not always going to be perfect.
Right.
I'm not saying it was perfect for us those 21 years. We had a lot of up and downs, but both of you need to actually try. Both of you need to actually make it work if you want to, stay together. If you love each other, you can't just give up. And like you said, nowadays, people do.
Yeah.
They're like, it's okay. Bye.
On to the next.
On to the next.
And then they do the same mistake.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
So, truly, if anything, I think that you both need to try.
Definitely.
Whether it's a small issue, and even the bigger issues, if you're gonna make it work, both of y'all need to either forgive, not forget, but maybe forgive. You can't throw it at each other's faces. You just gotta let it go. You gotta talk. You gotta communicate. As hard as it may be, but just don't hold grudges.
Yes. How long do we make each other pay?
Right. How long?
Yeah.
Who's gonna give in first?
Right.
Is he gonna get close to me first, or am I the one that's gonna get to him? First. That's one of the things I think I learned, and I wish I knew actually in the beginning that I should have just not held out grudges, because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You're just gonna, we're still here, obviously. So we got upset. We yelled at each other. Or bickered at each other for what?
Yeah. Because in all that time, we wasted time.
We wasted time,
we're
and
still
we're still here.
That's right. We're still here. So thank you for that being 2 days, 3 days. She has told me plenty of times, Shay, what the hell? Just go. Have y'all had sex? Go have sex. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah. Or
Get it back together.
Yeah, just go to the movies. Go to the damn movies.
Yes. She's like, because at some point, like, someone's got to break it. It doesn't matter who breaks the ice, because you're still an item, right? And so if we're at 100, do your 100% part. I like that. Like
Both
that
of you.
Both of you. But ladies, do your part. Because he doesn't always have to be the makeup person, right?
Exactly. Yeah, no, not all the time. And I think that's what we expect. And I did it a lot, I think, in the beginning. I expected, I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to give in because, your pride. You don't want to. I'm going to wait till he makes the first move. But then, days go by and you're still upset at each other. You barely talk to each other. It's kind of an ugly feeling, and we know it.
Yeah,
and
we
don't
do.
like that. And we know that we love them, so it's like, why not just let it go?
Right. Work through it, communicate,
you
said.
Communicate, talk.
Even when the other person's trying not to communicate, you're like, so we're going to talk. So I'll talk.
Right. And I'm not saying, all the time us women are supposed to be the one giving in. But no, I'm just saying it's not worth, holding it in and waiting.
Because sometimes us women be like, I'll wait. He's going to come to me. So you're just saying, like, make sure that, we're doing our part to get the 100%.
Right.
I like it. Thank you. That's some wisdom. I'm going to write that one down.
Yeah.
What's y'all's favorite memory? Funny memory, awful memory.
I do have a memory that is kind of funny.
Okay.
When we first met, I mean, I have a lot of good memories. Of course, my favorite memory is how we met.
Okay.
To this day, I still have that little phone number and that little piece of paper
That's
that came from the club. Yeah, I still have that where we, wrote our phone numbers. So, but that's like one memory. But funny memory is at the time, I did like cats. Now I can't have cats. I'm allergic. But he tried to get me a cat. And he did give me a cat, actually. It was a Persian cat. But his mom said that he kept that cat in a paper bag. I'm so sorry. But, I mean, the gesture was so nice. He kept it in a paper bag, and it was full. It was all dirty. That his mom felt so bad. He had to clean it up.
What did he think it was going to stay there?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was so cute because he came home, and, he had it on his lap. And he's like, oh, you're here. And then when his mom tells me the story, I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Poor cat.
Poor cat. But, that's a funny memory. Just knowing how he got it, how he kept it just to try to get me, a little cat. But,
super thoughtful.
But my kids, both of them, they're good memories, of course.
Yeah.
Me having them. So,
The process? Maybe not.
Maybe not, but just having them.
Yeah.
It's another good memory. But I mean, with 21 years, there's a lot of things that you remember and you cherish. So memories. I love the way we met. I think.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like it. She just mentioned kids, and we have had how many conversations now?
We've had many conversations about kids, when to have them,
why to have them,
to even have them,
how it impacts your life.
Now, I am gonna say, once you have kids, that's it,
right?
I don't know how
That's
early
it.
on some of these women are, in their marriage, but if they're planning to have kids, it's not gonna be about you no more, honey. I'm sorry. No more. So you can forget about that, and it's gonna be all about the kids.
Yeah.
We had kids right away, which I was fine with it.
Yeah.
But one thing that we did learn from it, and that we've seen that now after 21 years, and I don't think that we would change it in any way. I think we're fine with that. Is when we had kids, we just, at an early age, we just couldn't go anywhere. Excuse me. Like I said, it does change things. It changes a lot. Now it's not about you. Now you got to think about your kids, about their needs, their wants, making sure, school, whatever, helping them, being there for them. You can't just go out of town.
Right.
You can't just plan something like that. Not even locally did we ever do anything. We would try once they got a little older to even go to like a New Year's party.
Right.
We would feel so guilty that we'd be back before 12 because we had to be there with the kids. So no trips, no plans to anything because of that. Not because financially, it's just because you're gonna feel guilty.
Yeah.
Going anywhere. So now that they're older, we've started finally doing little things, going out of town, which is very important. Even to do like little mini weekend vacations with your husband.
Why? Tell us why. Because I always tell my husband, we need to go do something. It's just 2 days. It's fine. Change the scenery, new window. And he's like, yeah, okay. Why is it
Well, yeah, especially, I mean, you don't have any kids, right?
No.
But especially if you have kids, you do need that alone time.
Yeah.
And in your case, you probably need that alone time, but in a different scenery, not the same every day, kind of like a robot.
Right.
You do the same thing. You have the same schedule. By good morning, good night, same thing every day. Kind of gets a little boring. So,
it does.
So not that you are bored with him. You just want to do something different. You want to get out. You sightseeing. You don't have to pay a lot to do that.
Right.
Even if it's local, weekend, mini vacation. It's always good. You have that alone time. You get to, the things you can't do at home.
Things you can't do at home. especially when there's kids.
When there's kids at home.
Yeah.
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 So it's kind of like you reconnect,
Right.
you know, because sometimes you're so busy with work and everything, you do kind of feel disconnected at some point. So you want to
Definitely.
reconnect, spend some quality time with your man, and just go with it.
Yeah, I think it's so easy to get caught up in the schedule and the routine and
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with a routine, but like
Right.
at some point you gotta break that and rediscover who are you, stranger person, not so stranger. Get to know you.
Yeah.
You know? Talk about a dream.
Get some
make a dream.
romance
Get
going
some
on.
romance.
Going in, or
Right.
going on.
Right. Let you and your spouse be able to be romantic and you know the little things that you put all this time and energy in the first place.
Yeah,
That's
and
when
you
it
know
was
what, you're
due.
married. Another good thing, and I don't know if this is TMI, but I mean,
There's no TMI in the wife chat.
if you are married to your husband, just you can be a slut with him.
Listen, you know, I had a friend ask me like, Shay, what's the issue with
Don't
you
be
not
shy.
wanting to be a
Don't
slut?
be shy.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I mean, she's like, no, he wants a slut, be one.
Yeah, that's
like, oh my
right.
gosh, I work on
Don't
it.
be shy, girl. Just do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
do it. That's great. Working on it.
Yes.
I gotta be better. Be better. Because it's important.
It
That's
is.
what I tell myself.
No, it is. It is important to spend time together.
Definitely.
You know, sometimes, like you said, you repeat yourself every day. You're doing the same thing, and
All
you
day.
just forget. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, little romance is good.
It's good for the
For
soul
marriage.
and the marriage
Yeah.
and the physicality
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah. And she says yes to all of it, so I'm not
All
off
of it.
for
I'm all
her.
for that.
Yeah, here for all of that. So, as of late, we all have, my husband's been going through work transitions, you've gone through work transitions, and there are so many women that I've talked to recently, especially being in Texas with the oil fields, a lot of husbands, I mean, which is a great work opportunity, especially when we come into like consistency and options and pay scales, right? But how has that been with finding a balance between the distance and
Actually, in the beginning, it was very, very hard. It's not easy. So it is something to get used to.
Yeah.
And just adjust to it, because it's not easy, because you're so used to being with that person every day, seeing that person every day, actually sleeping with that person as well. So it does change. It is hard. So I will say it is hard in the beginning, but I got used to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that he is working. It's a very hard job to do. So he's very hardworking. I'm very grateful that he is doing. He takes care of his family.
Yeah.
So I know that he's out there doing so. So that's what kind of makes me feel better about it and kind of understand it a little bit more. But do I miss him? And I wish he was here. Yes, of course. But you know, he calls me every day.
Okay.
He does text me every morning, every night. Good morning, good night. Love yous. I miss yous. Thinking about you.
Yeah.
You know, every other hour. And we're talking about constant communication.
Yeah.
So I think that's what also helps. That it's not like he's away and then that's it.
Right. See you when I get back.
Yeah, I'll call you in a day or two. Or,
Right.
No, he is in constant communication with me. And if he can, he will come and visit me, you know, even if it's overnight, just to come see me. He'll be very tired, but, you know, he will do that. And I love that about him. So.
Yes, and that's how you know your spouse likes you.
Yeah,
right?
so
because when they date
got
you,
to
they be
come back and
like,
take care of
hey.
this. So,
all of this.
I love it.
Right? And does it make you feel like school kids when you do see each other again? Because
Yes,
you're
and-
like, oh my gosh, I'm so
Yes.
excited, it's tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we haven't seen each other, so we're like, oh, excited. You know, like he'll text me, you know, he's excited, can't wait to come home. So that's another thing too. So in a way, it could be good.
Yeah.
Although he's not here, I would rather him be here.
Sure.
But like we're like ready for each other when
Teenagers.
yeah, all over again.
It's the honeymoon phase.
Yes, it's the 2 month phase.
It's the 2 months. live for.
Yes. And then
That's
plus,
awesome.
come here, Buttons. This little guy right here,
Oh,
Mr.
Buttons.
Buttons. He keeps me company all the time. Right, Buttons? Yes.
He's so cute.
Yes.
We got one of those.
Yes.
She's crazy, but he's got it together.
He's got it together?
Yeah.
Because he's trained.
It took time, but he's got it.
Yes. So this is Mr. Buttons. He keeps me company all the time.
So, if there was anything that you could give as words of wisdom to other women when you think of marriage, like if you could say, maybe not words of wisdom, but like when I think of marriage, this is how I phrase marriage, just like for some insight, what would you say?
I guess it all depends because we're all different, I guess, in many ways. And then some people are, and nowadays especially, they're not there for the long run.
Yeah.
Okay, their thought
Short term.
is like, we'll see.
Yeah.
And some don't even get married. I just say, you know, a lot of it has to do with, and I know you hear it a lot, but if anything, you know, communicate with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
The communication in so many levels, in so many situations, is gonna work. So, I think that would be a big one.
Yeah.
Apart from all the other ones, but you know, you get into other stuff, it just depends on the situation.
Sure.
But I think a lot of it has to do with communication.
Right. Because there's all the stuff that's unsaid, and then we have these presumptions about it,
Yeah.
or what you
You
thought I
think,
meant or
and you're
didn't.
assuming, and
Yeah.
I thought, and I didn't understand, and or you didn't say anything.
Right.
If you don't talk, how is the other person supposed to know what's going on?
Yeah.
And sometimes even as hard as it may be, if it's something that's really bothering you, I'm the type of person that I'll just say it, I'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
I'd
Just
rather
put it out
have
there.
him know
Yeah.
what's bothering me, what I don't like, and he does the same thing. He'll definitely tell me what he doesn't like.
Right? Yeah.
So I think communication is a big deal when it comes to marriage.
Definitely. They always say that. They, as in all the wise women and married people of the world, right? And if they're all saying it for all this time, it can't just be crap. It's just learning what communication looks like for you. And hollering and all that. I mean, hey, it has its moments, right? But
Yeah.
like, that's not the actual communication. You have to get to the root of it, right?
If you want to get into like the funny things, I mean, I say just don't let yourself go either. Please.
Keep it together.
Keep it together. Don't let yourself go. And I am not kidding. I mean, especially like if your husband hasn't seen you all day. Let's say you're an at-home mom. I say, you know, put a little makeup on. I mean, put something. He just want to come home and then see you
In your
looking
sweats.
crazy.
Looking crazy with your hair.
Looking
I love
cray-cray.
it.
But I mean, it's okay, you know, I'm not saying, you know, get all dressed up
Yeah.
or anything. But
You
the
just say,
little
don't
things,
forget.
just be ladylike too sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, don't do certain things in front of your husband. I don't do certain things in front of my husband till this day.
Are we
and
talking
it's
about
been
like farting?
21 years. We're talking about, yes.
Don't be
pressing
farting.
gas, going to the restroom in front of him. I mean, men are very visual.
True.
They're very,
That's
think
true.
about it, they're very visual. So the last thing they want to be thinking of you is all this
Squatting.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the last memory and picture I have in my head of
Of
the wife
my
on the
wife
toilet.
was-
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not sexy.
Stay sexy.
Yeah. Stay sexy.
Yeah.
We need a shirt that says stay sexy.
I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Stay sexy. Hashtag wives.
Wives. Yes.
That's great. Anything
Some tips.
else? Tips?
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
you're like, that's a tip.
That's a tip
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, in all seriousness, I think communication has
For
a lot.
sure.
Because, you know, a lot of things then get misunderstood,
Mm-hmm.
or you just start assuming things, and then that's when all kinds of other issues start happening.
Yeah.
And last thing you want is, you know, trust not to be there.
Yeah.
Because marriage, to me, is all about love, respect, trust. And also, not other than that, I mean, but it's okay to have fun, have a friend.
Yeah.
You know, you could be funny, you know, just
Yeah.
All that stuff to be with.
What happened
with
to
your
when we were
husband.
friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love, trust, respect, friendship. Those are your words.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Anything else you want to share with the wonderful wives?
Yeah, I think it pretty much
Sealed it up?
filled it up. Yeah.
I thank you so much for your time. This has been great. Ladies, if
Thank
there are
you.
questions that you have, post them in the comments, like our video, subscribe to the channel, right? There's more to come. And Haley's local, so if you have stuff on there, she'll be checking. She can respond herself.
Yes, I will.
You know, because hey, we always think of stuff and we can't think of everything. We just chat because that's what wives do.
Yeah, and if you have questions, you know, for me personally, we'll do another video and I'll answer them all for you.
Yes, we'll just go down the list. That would be so good.
Yeah.
That time we might need wine.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That'll work for me.
Hey y'all, until next time, we'll see you. It's been so great. Let's remember that we are strutting this wife strut together because it's important to make sure that we check in. This is our research, right? If we don't ask, we don't know, and if we don't share, then we are no longer a community.
That's right. Remember, we need to just communicate.
Communicate. Until next time, ladies, keep strutting.
Bye.
Bye.